you're just going to find that 30% of your competition will take themselves out, generally speaking, week in, week out anyway. If you had, just say, theoretically, a 15th place car, if you don't make a mistake, you should be able to finish 8th or so. That's just the numbers of it.
Well, Denny, here we are 2 weeks in a row. Hopefully, we'll just keep the trend going as you keep this streak rolling. Tell me about your weekend. 2 straight wins. You go from Martinsville to Darlington, 2 of your best tracks. Headed to Bristol now. Possibly looking for 3 wins in a row. Just talk me through your weekend at Darlington. We know you dominated at Martinsville, and now you go to Darlington. Lead just a few laps and wind up in victory lane again.
Yeah, it just kept ourselves in the game. I mean, this was kind of the epitome of, don't make a mistake, keep yourself part of the equation, and maybe something good will fall in your hands at the end. And that certainly was the case this weekend. And it was great, that, last week that the pit crew, got a lot of attention on kind of different things that they were doing. And then for them to get to showcase it essentially at the end of this race in a green, white checkered situation where they know that, really, if they get you out with a lead, your chances of winning are pretty high. They were salivating at that opportunity, and they took advantage of it.
We interviewed Michael Jordan before the race, and he touched on just the effort and how good the pit crews were at 2311. As you look at the pit crew process and everything that has evolved with the next gen car, and here we are. Now you see it from the ownership side. You benefit from it from the driver side. Talk me through that evolution of next-gen pit stops and how this process has changed.
Yeah, I mean, things have just gotten closer and closer. The cars, as we go to these racetracks, this is, like probably the 8th or 9th time that we've been at a next-gen car at Darlington. The field continues to get tighter and tighter. The drivers morph their styles closer and closer together, which is why you see the lap time so close between like 1st and 20th. And so it's the margins in which you got to make up the difference. And that's, do you execute? Do you have a clean green race where you don't make a mistake as a driver? Do you execute on pit road when you have to and that money stopped? If you're on pit road for a total of 40 seconds, the pit crew is responsible for about 9 of it. And you're responsible for the other part. It's making sure you're doing a great job parking in your pit stall, making sure you're doing a good job leaving your pit stall. So all those things are a factor. And we're all just fighting over those tenths of a second here and there nowadays. And so the pit crew is just an integral part of it. And it's great to see them get kind of their moment to shine, right? Because as us drivers, it's going to go in our stat column. It's going to be, we're going to get the notoriety for it. But ultimately, the pit crew, this is their Super Bowl, is to have an opportunity in a green, white checker to take you from 3rd to 1st.
From a driver's standpoint, when you look through the weekend, I talked in just my experience with this car in just how frustrating it is to race at Darlington. Because it's narrow, the rubber gets built up, the line navigates to, a very specific spot on the racetrack. Talk me through the frustration as a driver, because it's a constant battle every lap not to wreck at Darlington, not to hit the wall, gain as much speed. The cars are affected so much by traffic, and like you say, that lap time has kind of morphed closer and closer together. How do you stay mentally in the game? And I think this is where your experience and being 44 years old, 56 wins, winning for the old guys again. Obviously, that experience paid off in this situation this weekend, because this can be the most frustrating racetrack in this car.
Yeah, it certainly can. And, as a driver, I have to just realize the situation, right? And I talked about it in the media center afterwards that I moved the goalpost of my goals for the race throughout the race. So when I start the race, I typically am thinking, okay, I'm going to win. I'm going to go out there. My anticipation is to win this race. And I'll know 50 laps in, do I have a race winning car or not? Where's my track position at that time? Am I struggling to make it into the top 15? If so, I will say in my mind, do what you have to do to finish 10th today. Get get the most out of your car. We're not trying to win the race. I'm not going to go from 15th to 6th on this one run. So do what I can to get a couple spots on this run. Do what I need to do on pit road. The pit crew will do their jobs. And you're just going to find that 30% of your competition will take themselves out, generally speaking, week in, week out anyway. So if you had, just say, theoretically, a 15th place car, if you don't make a mistake, you should be able to finish 8th or so. I mean, that's just the numbers of it. And so I just feel like I do a decent job of managing each run and what I'm trying to accomplish during that run. Maybe it's my crew chief leaving me out there long during a green flag cycle. And at that point, I'm knowing, okay, I know what he wants me to do. He doesn't need to tell me. I need to optimize lap time here. I don't need to, I just need to run my line, whatever I have to do to make this strategy work out. And so just constantly understanding that is kind of the only advantage I feel like an old guy like myself would have.
Oh, I love those advantages, and I love the fact that old guys still win. We don't have to get out any of those young stats. Into the race, we saw that same style of burnout after the race, and tell me, did we run out of tire? Did we run out of distance? Were we just trying to go down the main front straightaway? What happened? Were we just not trying to go around the whole track, or where are we at on that?
I didn't want to get bottomed out on the bump stops back there. So when you blow a tire in these next gen cars, you can't move anymore. So I didn't want to blow the tires out. First of all, I didn't want to damage the car. But beyond that, I wanted to give very similar to Martinsville. So Martinsville, I tried to do a full lap, but I noticed I was starting to run out of tires, so I stopped. But I tried to go from end to end on the fan. So I tried to give everyone from turn 4 to turn 1 a smoke show, a good camera opportunity. And so once I get past there's no reason to do anything more. Just bring it back to the start finish line, get your interview, and head to victory lane.
I was betting against you. I was like, there's no way that this is going to last very long. I thought for sure that the tires would blow out. And so two other things. So no flag this week. Where'd the flag go? Was that just a one-time deal?
Yeah, I mean, that was something I got from a fan right before the race at Martinsville. But I have it here at home, but it's not like it's traveling the road with us.
Oh, okay. Well, I think the only other thing I was disappointed in was no backflip. You have a Carl Edwards paint scheme. I mean, not even a chance. You pretty much squashed that right afterwards. So that would have been fun if Carl would have stuck around and done the backflip off the roof.
I think he should have, because me attempting a backflip would end my career immediately.
Well, congratulations, and I'm glad you didn't do a backflip because you got a lot of race wins left in you. You guys are on a roll right now. You're headed to Bristol. You think you've never done 3 in a row. What are the options? What are the odds this week?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're going to have a great opportunity. What I like about it is that we won this weekend. We didn't have the best car. I think our short track package is better than what our intermediate has been so far this year. So I'm looking at, the aerodynamics of that, the tires, it's Bristol itself. You got to be good on the top and the bottom. That's the key to that racetrack, is running the same lap time on both lines. I like our chances, and certainly we're going to put in the work this week to make sure we get it done.
Well, we know you're going to put in the work, and that's the part that people don't realize. You work as much as anybody on the circuit. Love your approach to everything. Congratulations on 2 great weeks. I hope you're back here talking again after 3 weeks. So go get them, man.
I appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Denny.
Thank you.
Hey, race fans, thanks for watching our video. For all NASCAR on Fox News, content, and the best clips from Fox Sports, be sure to follow and subscribe to our channel.